What if I told you the future of electric driving is already sitting in a factory? Not a concept, not a render, but real production carbon fiber parts you can touch. We walked into Aptera's facility and what we saw completely changed how we think about cars. 9 months of hard work, millions in tooling, and some of the most advanced manufacturing ever done. Chris took us through every single part, starting with something he said would blow our minds. He teased the rear hatch first, and the moment you see it, you understand exactly why. This is not plastic. This is not fiberglass. This is genuine carbon fiber SMC composite material. The details in that piece alone tell you everything about how serious Aptera is about quality. You can see the carbon weave flowing through the part as light hits it at different angles. It is lightweight, it is rigid, and it has features that traditional manufacturing simply cannot achieve. Pick it up and you will be shocked. This is roughly 6 kilograms of pure engineering brilliance. That is about 13 pounds for an entire rear section of a vehicle. Almost absolutely nothing. The pattern on the back is not just aesthetic, it mimics the solar panel design above it. The design team worked hard to make that pattern both functional and beautiful at the exact same time. Where traditional cars use 16 or more stamped steel parts for a rear section, Aptera uses one single piece, formed in minutes, with any curvature or depth you could possibly want built in. The stamping process is fascinating. The material is heated, transferred to the die, then pressed together. Smaller pieces take around 4 minutes to form, medium pieces 6 minutes, and large ones up to 12. The big body tub takes the longest to form because of just how large and complex it is. But even the longest piece takes far less time than assembling hundreds of individual steel components together. In steel manufacturing, a single quarter panel might require 5 or 6 separate progressive dies to complete. You press it an inch, then another, because metal can only stretch so much at once. With carbon fiber SMC, you skip all of that and get one perfect piece in a single step. Then we got to the doors. And honestly, this is where things start to feel completely unreal. Chris held one up with one hand, and the look on his face said everything we needed. This is the lightest door you will ever feel on any vehicle, at any price point, anywhere. Sandy Munro, one of the most respected manufacturing experts in the world, would point to this proudly. Traditional car doors require a plastic door card to house all the mechanisms, wiring, and controls inside. With carbon fiber SMC, all of those features are formed directly into the door without any card needed. The door is so stiff and rigid that the material can be made significantly thinner than fiberglass. Even with the window mechanism and glass added, the total weight is still remarkably low for a door. 6 mm tempered glass will be bonded in, with the window rolling into an aerodynamic trough below. The rear edge of the door is streamlined so cleanly that it actually improves the aerodynamic profile overall. From the app on your phone, you can open both doors simultaneously with a single button press. That kind of thoughtful feature design shows up everywhere you look. Nothing in this vehicle is accidental. Moving to the hood panel, things get even more interesting when you understand what is underneath there. The solar panel bonds directly onto the hood, with a bonding agent and a rubber edge between them. When the hood is open, you will see the exposed carbon fiber edge, and it is genuinely beautiful. There is a proper latch to open the hood, and the 12-volt battery is actually in the rear. That 12-volt battery is lithium, not lead acid, and that choice matters more than most people realize. Every 30 pounds you add to a vehicle like this costs you 1 full % of driving range. Choosing a 15-pound lithium pack over a 30-pound lead acid unit is not a small decision. The hinge inserts for the hood are already molded directly into the part when it comes out. You do not drill, you do not tap, you do not bond, you simply screw the hinge on. That level of integration between design and manufacturing is something most car companies can only dream about achieving. Then came the big reveal, the full body structure, and it is absolutely breathtaking to see. From the very back all the way to the front firewall, this is essentially one continuous formed piece. The cowl is a separate component that joins here, and a liner panel completes the interior structure beautifully. But the body tub itself, Chris lifted it at one end to show just how manageable it is. A person weighing 210 pounds stood on it, and the structure did not flex at all. This is stronger, pound for pound, than the roll cage of any passenger car currently on the road. Once the steel internal structure is added, they plan to photograph 12 people standing on it at once. People often worry about mixing steel and carbon fiber, thinking corrosion might become a serious long-term issue. But the bonding agent between the two materials acts as a barrier. And this is not new science. The BMW i8 used this exact approach years ago, and it has proven reliable in real conditions. Sitting inside the body for the first time gives you an immediate sense of just how spacious it is. The battery pack runs under the seat all the way to the firewall. You are sitting on energy. For someone who is 6'1", there is genuinely plenty of headroom and legroom without feeling cramped. The rear crossmember running across the vehicle provides the torsional rigidity that keeps everything tight and connected. This is why a third seat is not something Aptera is pursuing. That center tunnel is structurally essential. Lowering the floor or removing that tunnel would compromise the rigidity of the entire vehicle structure significantly. Now let's talk about something every EV owner quietly worries about every single day: phantom drain. In a large vehicle with a big battery, a slow parasitic drain might cost you a few miles overnight. In the Aptera with its efficient pack, even 30 to 40 watts of drain becomes a real problem. Drawing that continuously would noticeably reduce your available range in just a matter of days of sitting still. Aptera's solution is brilliant in its simplicity. Instead of a live data stream, they use SMS messaging. Your phone pings the car with a text. The car responds with the data you need via MMs. This is the same network technology used by electric meters and gas meters across the country for years. It is reliable, it is everywhere, and it uses only 3 to 4% of live stream energy. Rivals like Tesla and Rivian use powerful computers that stay partially awake, sending live data to your phone constantly. Aptera's approach lets the vehicle stay deeply asleep and only wake when you actually need something from it. You can still check status, run climate control, and track location. You just do it far more efficiently. For infotainment, Aptera is co-developing with an unnamed partner who they describe as a very impressive company. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are the goal, and getting Apple's approval requires a specific certification process first. Apple provides development chips first, then certification, then full access to the production chip supply is granted. For streaming music and heavy data, the plan is simple. Use your phone, not the car's connection. This keeps the car's hardware simpler, the software lighter, and the phantom drain problem much easier to manage. One of the most underappreciated design choices here is how radically they have reduced interior closeout panels overall. In a traditional car, you have an A-pillar cover, a roof liner, B-pillar trim, and kick panels. Every single one of those pieces adds weight, adds complexity, and adds cost to every vehicle produced. Aptera replaced all of that with one piece per side running from the A-pillar all the way back. One piece per side plus a roof cover. That is the entire interior trim. And it looks remarkable. The total interior weight is estimated to be around 1/5 of what you find in a comparable compact car. The carbon fiber in the rear cabin is left completely exposed because it is genuinely beautiful on its own. Now the question every Canadian and cold climate owner has been asking since the beginning: what about winter? The wheel pants are the biggest consideration, specifically how they collect and shed snow while actually driving around. Traction control and heating are not real concerns. This composite structure is essentially like sitting inside a thermos. The engineering team on Winter Solutions includes European experts with deep experience in extreme cold weather conditions globally. Real-world testing will confirm whether those solutions hold, but the team is genuinely confident in what they designed. On the belly pan, it has been pushed to a later phase, but the efficiency impact is minimal. A traditional radiator is slightly less efficient than the belly pan, but slightly lighter overall in this particular configuration. It is a calculated trade-off, and Aptera made the choice that best balanced weight, cost, and efficiency here. Now to the question that sits at the heart of everything. When does Aptera reach customers' actual hands? The team feels confident they are about 9 months away from first deliveries once a funding deal closes. That deal is in due diligence now, and the team expects it to conclude within the coming months. Delivery dates on the website have already been updated to reflect a 2025 start for customer vehicles. Validation and durability testing vehicles could be visible to the public even before the end of this year. Aptera is watching other EV startups closely and learning from both their successes and their very public financial failures. The philosophy here is to do it right, not rush, not overpromise, and never run out of runway. With fewer than 100 people total including contractors, Aptera has done something truly unprecedented in automotive history. Most EV startups launch with hundreds of engineers and spend billions before a single customer vehicle leaves the factory. Aptera achieved full production tooling, carbon fiber composites, and a validated platform with a team under 100 people. The secret is radical parts reduction. Fewer parts means fewer engineers, fewer suppliers, and fewer things going wrong. Monroe Associates helped early on to identify where complexity could be cut without sacrificing any performance or safety. Off-the-shelf braking systems, ABS hardware, and HVAC air handlers all come from proven existing suppliers without modification. The unique parts Aptera fully owns include the solar system, battery pack, body structure, and all onboard software. Owning all the code from one end of the vehicle to the other is a massive competitive advantage. You never have to wait for a third-party supplier to push a patch or update a firmware stack. When something needs to change, Aptera's engineers make the change, test it, and push it directly to the vehicle. As hardware development winds down, the team is now growing its software, firmware, and UX capabilities rapidly. Vehicles will get better over time through over-the-air updates, beginning with a Wi-Fi tethering approach at launch. On fast charging, the current power delivery unit supports 50 kilowatts, which is sufficient for most daily use patterns. But the team believes the hardware is capable of significantly more, potentially 75 kilowatts without major changes. A second-generation power delivery unit could potentially push to 100 or even 150 kilowatts. At 150 kilowatts, this vehicle could theoretically add around 1,500 miles of range per charging hour. The NACS charging standard, now called the North American Charging Standard, is what Aptera is built around. The team helped push for this standard early, and watching it become the industry default has been deeply satisfying. For international markets, adapters will cover CCs in Europe and GBT in Asia. Solar makes global flexibility practical. Now the part that almost every person who discovers Aptera fixates on. What can the solar actually do? The goal is 4 kilowatt-hours of solar energy collected per day in good sunny weather conditions. That translates to roughly 40 miles of driving range added each day without ever plugging the car in. In peak summer in New Mexico or Southern California, the real number could actually edge slightly above that target. When the concept was first being developed, a mock Aptera was actually built on someone's roof at home. National Renewable Energy Laboratory data was used to validate the model, and the results genuinely surprised the whole team. The solar team's best internal projections reached 47 miles per day before being adjusted downward for real conditions. For a vehicle using around 110 watt-hours per mile, 4 kilowatt-hours means 36 miles. That means for most people in most climates, solar alone covers the entire average daily commute without plugging in. The team is also making the most of solar generation through smart gamified UI design inside the vehicle. There will be a leaderboard showing how much energy people in your area are collecting each day from sunlight. You will see how nearby owners are optimizing their parking and driving habits to maximize their daily solar gain. The Aptera community is already deeply engaged in this exact kind of optimization discussion across forums and social channels daily. On grid charging, every vehicle will ship with a 110-volt adapter as a standard inclusion. That single adapter plugs into any standard outlet and can deliver over 100 miles of range per day. For most Aptera owners in sunny climates, the combination of solar and overnight plug-in means rarely visiting a charging station. The wrap system sets this vehicle apart in a way that is genuinely hard to fully appreciate at first. Carbon fiber SMC parts come out of the mold and can be wrapped with vinyl almost immediately after forming. The team tested acetone, soap, and detergent treatments, and none outperformed simply wrapping the fresh part right away. You can wrap it any color, any finish, any custom pattern, and changing it later is equally simple. The factory will apply wraps at the very end of the assembly line, adding about 90 minutes per vehicle. This means every Aptera that leaves the factory is essentially already personalized before reaching the person who ordered it. The knock-knock sensor on the door is another example of choosing smart simplicity over conventional automotive complexity entirely. Instead of a traditional door handle requiring mechanical linkage throughout the door, they used a simple $2 sensor. No moving parts, no mechanical connection, no category of failure, just 2 knocks and the door opens. It is clean, it is modern, and it genuinely makes you smile every single time you use it. The rear storage area opens conversations about how differently this vehicle fits into your actual everyday life routines. There are hold-down straps, a subwoofer, attachment points for a dog tent, and excellent built-in rain drainage. Water that collects when the hatch is open drains through a tube down to the rear wheel pant. The seats fold forward to create a flat sleeping surface stretching around 7 feet front to back inside. That is enough space for a full adult to lie down and sleep comfortably on any camping trip. Chris designed the rear area with camping in mind, inspired by years of sleeping in a Honda CRX. On safety, the outward-mounted front wheels are actually an asset rather than a vulnerability in many accident scenarios. In an offset frontal crash, the wheel absorbs energy rather than transmitting it directly into the passenger cell. In a sideswipe, the wheel and suspension can separate from the vehicle rather than dragging the whole car. A replacement front suspension clip is designed to be a simple, affordable part to ship and reinstall later. Deceleration injures people. Extending the impact sequence and removing the deceleration spike is exactly what saves lives. The efficiency numbers still stop people in their tracks when they hear them stated clearly for the very first time. At highway speed, the aerodynamic drag of the entire Aptera equals roughly 2 hands held outside a car window. A person on a bicycle at highway speed creates more frontal drag than this entire vehicle does aerodynamically. From a pure energy standpoint, driving an Aptera is more planet-friendly than pedaling a bicycle at comparable highway speeds. That sounds impossible until you understand the physics, and then it becomes completely obvious and totally logical. At 85 miles per hour in Arizona testing, the vehicle was using only a couple thousand watts of power. Most cars use 5 to 6 times that amount at the same speed just pushing through the air. Projected energy consumption at highway speeds sits around 150 watt-hours per mile, possibly even less. Break-even is estimated at around 6,000 vehicles per year, assuming bodies continue shipping from Italy for assembly here. At 20,000 vehicles per year, the plan is to bring body production in-house, dramatically improving the margin. Long-term margin targets sit between 15 and 19 points, healthy for any startup in the automotive space. Getting as many Apteras on the road as possible over the next decade drives every single decision made here. When you stand back and look at what has been built, the word that keeps coming to mind is inevitable. This is not a maybe, this is not a someday. The tooling exists, the parts are here and ready. Weeks and months now, not years. That is how the people who built this are talking about delivery. The hard engineering is done, the manufacturing is proven, and focus is shifting to software and user experience refinement. The Aptera that owners will drive is going to be unlike anything else on the road in every measurable way. It charges from sunlight, uses barely any energy, weighs almost nothing, and is built with radical deliberate simplicity throughout. Somewhere in a factory in San Diego right now, parts are stacking up, and the timeline is becoming very real.